of them that he's not known for is kicking goals. So I don't think he's an option. But I think if I was to stick my neck out, I'd probably say Ratchford would be the first choice kicker.
That's a fair call. Okay, one last thing to touch on, I suppose, because it's quite an exciting news story that's come out of Warrington this off-season, is the launch of the women's team. I've read that Ben Westwood and Angela Powers are going to be part of the backroom setup, getting that team together and getting them ready for a championship season next year, with, I guess, aspirations to jump up, like Wakefield have this year, into the Super League from 2020. So what do you know about the women's team and how they're getting on there?
It is very, very exciting. I think it's, for some people, it's a year overdue. You know, the Warrington moving into the women's game. Obviously, had Wigan, St Helens, Leeds setting up last year, and some people have said Warrington might be a little bit late to the party, but they are trialling for players at the moment. They've had a couple of weeks of trials. The last one was just this past Monday. Ben Westwood is involved as an assistant coach. Leigh Westwood, one of the Wise Community coaches, is head coach. I should stress, not related. I'm sure they both want me to say that. Angela Powers is involved as well on the team management side. But it's, as you say, they are in the second tier next year, and but the plan is definitely to be in Super League for 2020. It's a big it's part of a big push for Women's Rugby League in Warrington. Obviously, we had the Halliwell Jones host the Women's Challenge Cup final this year, and it's in the running. They're hoping to be able to host the Women's World Cup final when that rolls around in 2021 as well. So I think it's all sort of coming together to try and build Women's Rugby League in Warrington, and it's definitely very exciting, and one that we'll be keeping a close eye on, of course. Yeah,
brilliant. That's great. Well, you'll be keeping a close eye on everything Warrington Wolves. So where can people find your stuff, Matt, over the off season to keep up with what's going on at the club?
Yeah, you can find all the stuff on the Warrington Guardian websites, warringtonguardian.co.uk, and you can follow me as well at @MattTurner_WG. We'll have anything that breaks for Warrington Wolves on there as soon as it does. So yeah, stay tuned to that.
Brilliant. Thanks for that, Matt, and thanks for being a part of this SLP show about Warrington Wolves.
No problem at all. Thanks for having me on.
So, Leigh, we've got you back now to look ahead to 2019, and I think I've got to start with one simple question for you, Leigh, which is 2019 your year?
It would be unwire of me to say no, but honestly, I can't see it. I don't think it is our year this year. I think we were. We've replaced the players that we lost with, I think, better in most cases. Certainly Tyrone Roberts and the Blake Austin swap's good, and Jason Clark, I guess, is better than George King.
George King, yeah. Lama Tassie, Crosby. It didn't work out for Crosby, I suppose, at Warrington for lots of reasons. But Tassie is maybe similar-ish upgrade.
Similar.
I mean, if you're saying that, like Tyler Prell's got a Jake Maymo's come in as your backup in the backs, I think you kick that one out of the park.
I mean, because we lost Mitch Brown as well, who was our kind of utility, and I'm assuming that Maymo's in for that, because I can't see him getting a fullback spot. So I think we have replaced better, but I just think so many teams have strengthened it in a really impressive way. I think Saints, it's hard to look beyond Saints for winning it again. I think, they're definitely the favourites, and you can see why. I think Leeds have bought really well, and Huddersfield have done like bought. There's a lot of excitement, I think, about this year and how competitive it's likely to be.
Well, Warrington are a team that excite me though, Leigh. I do think that I've got it between you and Saints as I'm working it around in my head at the moment. But every time I tip Warrington for it to be their year, that's when the bad year in the cycle occurs, Leigh. So I don't want to put the mockers on you too much.
I think we'll be there and thereabouts in the mix. I expect us, and obviously obviously would expect to be in and around that 5 that make the playoffs, and that's where I think we'll be. But we have had this rocks and diamonds.
I think you've recruited too well to worry about that. Don't be so hesitant. The SL, we've kind of touched on this a little bit already, but the SLP Worst Signing Award pretty much belongs to the Warrington Wolves. So do you worry about any of this year's intake scooping that award? Who do you think's most likely to scoop the award?
Well, most likely would have to be Blake Austin, wouldn't it? Because he would be the one that's arrived with the biggest expectations. So he's the one that if he doesn't deliver would get it. But I'm hopeful. I mean, he's a great player, isn't he? Blake Austin. He's coming to the end of his powers in the NRL, but in Super League, I've got high hopes for him. So I think it'd be exciting. But yeah, he would be. He'd have to be it, wouldn't he? Honestly, I think Warrington are gonna do great stuff in 2019. Stop it! You're jinxing us.
It hurts me to have my two biggest rival sides at the top of my predictions, but I've really been impressed by the recruitment. So I think you should be excited, Leigh, rather than as hesitant as you are. We can't let you go though without getting another prediction for 2019 and a little bit of a progress update, I guess, about the other club that's close to your heart, the Newton Storm. So how is Coach Whitnall getting along, and what's to come in 2019 for one of our favourite amateur sides?
It's good. So we're on our winter break now. So we are not training in December. I think we had our last training session sort of middle of November, and we had our end of season award ceremony. So you hinted before, or I said before, we had James Roby down to help us present all the trophies to the kids, and he was absolute class, as you'd expect from him. Is a real gentleman and absolutely fantastic with the kids. It was absolutely brilliant. So and
with you,
and with me, and my wife was quite keen on his muscly thighs as well, which was a worry. So, luckily one of the kids that we coach, his dad is Mike Bennett, who used to play for Saints. So he was able to sort that out for us. So that was very, very, very kind of him. We're on the winter break, and then we're back into training in January, ready for the season to start again in March for the under-8. So we're moving up with the through the age groups with them. So looking forward to it. My youngest son's starting to play under-7s next season as well. So
excellent.
So it's good.
So we've got double the chance now of getting a Whitnall in Super League in 10 to 12 years' time.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. He's got his nativity tomorrow. I think he's a bit more interested in acting, but we'll see.
Well, he could play centre for Warrington then.
Yeah. That sounds like a good place to end it.
I think so, Leigh. Thanks very much for being involved again on this show.
Brilliant. Cheers, mate.
Thank you. Brilliant stuff from the guys, as always from Leigh, and great to have Matt make his debut on the show too. And that's it for this SLP short. So thank you all for listening. Do keep your eyes and ears out for more similar shows. We have got London and Catalan coming up, so that's delighted. There's only the Salford Red Devils that no one's bothered to get in touch about being a part of a show for, so that's a shame, but we'll try and bring you some more stuff as well as the festive period continues throughout December. If you want more SLP in your life, you can find us at Super League Pod on Twitter and Instagram. It's facebook.com/Super League Pod and superleaguepod@gmail.com. If you are feeling festive and you've enjoyed these SLP shorts, you can also go to our paypal.me/Super League Pod page, where you can give us a donation. That's really appreciated. You can also get more SLP content over at our blog, which is superleaguepod.com. You can find other episodes of the show and subscribe through Spreaker, iTunes or YouTube, and on the Podcast Addict app. You can find us on the Leaguecast Android app with some other top rugby league listens, and you can go to rugbyleaguemedia.com, where you'll find us amongst a range of alternative rugby league media outlets, some for your eyes as well as for your ears to enjoy. We want to thank you again for listening, and until you hear from us again, keep enjoying and supporting the greatest game of all, rugby league.